Welcome back to Floyd Speed Shop, guys. Today we talk about this 2013 Cadillac ATS and we discuss why it should have had a Gen 5 LT1 V8 engine from the factory. Stay tuned. All right, guys, if you guys didn't watch the last episode where I introduced this car, let me fill you in real quick. It's a 2013 Cadillac ATS 2.0 turbo. It is a four-door car, and it's mighty beautiful for what it is. I came across a listing on Facebook, and the listing led me to believe that this was a non-running vehicle, basically just a shell. And it was listed for $1,900. Price went down to, I believe, $1,700. Me thinking that it was a torn up roller, basically. I offered the guy $800. We settled at $1,200. And then when I drove to go pick up the car, I didn't have a winch, and I let him know, and he said, it'll just drive right onto the trailer. Hey, come to find out, it just needed a coil. So he was driving it, noticed an issue, took it to the dealership, and the dealer said that it needed a wiring harness and then a long list of things to go with it. I feel like the dealership just didn't want to deal with it, so they came up with something that was priced way high, and the guy didn't want to mess with it. Now we have it. So I picked it up. Really what the guy was saying just wasn't adding up in my head that he was told. So I put a new battery in it, ran a scanner on it, misfire cylinder number 2, checked for spark, no spark, threw a spark plug and a coil on it, and it's been running with zero issues since. I've probably put 500 miles on it. Guys, it's a great car. We went and got it aligned. Finally, I can drive it and it stays straight. It's 100% a good car. So what we're talking about today is the LT1 swap into this thing. I think that it's going to be the easiest swap that I've ever done. Here's why I think that. Here's our 2013 ATS engine bay. Really quick, guys, before I switch over, I want you to take note of, on the left side of the engine bay, the fuse panel, the battery terminals, the coolant overflow on the left side, the windshield wiper fluid on the left side, and look at the strut towers too. Also, power steering and that AC line right there. Switch over to the 6th Gen Camaro, and it is identical. As you guys can see, it's basically the same exact car. Sure, the part numbers are a little bit different when you cross-reference them, but everything goes to the same place. Everything sits the exact same. The brakes on this car look just like Camaro brakes. The AC lines go in the same spot on the firewall. I mean, if you look at the 4-cylinder turbo, the 2.0 turbo 6th gen, and this engine bay, I don't know if you could tell them apart if they didn't have the covers on them, the engine covers. So long story short, guys, I'm led to believe it's going to be the exact same everything, almost bolt for bolt. It is the Alpha chassis that this is on. It shares the same chassis as the 6th gen. Sure, transmission mount may or may not work. We'll find out. I feel like the engine mounts will be a direct bolt-in engine mount. And then the long tubes, we're going to use some 6th Gen Camaro long tubes. I'm willing to bet those will also bolt right in. I'll try to source a 6th Gen Catback too. And, you know, if we have to modify it, that's fine. But for the most part, I am going to try to use all the 6th Gen Camaro parts and put in this. So here's another thing. One thing that I was worried about when I first got it, before I started to dig deeper for some answers, the ECU sits in the exact same spot on this car and on the 6th Gen Camaro. So truly, when I put this engine in this car and keep the wiring harness in the stock configuration, when I set it in this car, it's gonna sit in the same exact spot as the ECU sets for the 2-liter configuration also. So guys, I'm led to believe, and also the CAN bus system, they both fire the same frequency and timing. So I think that it's going to be as simple as bolting everything together, throwing a laptop to it with some HP tuners, and getting it to pop off and doing some light tuning. That's best case scenario, but we'll have to see. Well, hey guys, that's going to do it for this video. I had some technical difficulties, so the last video cut out, but luckily I said about everything I was gonna say. So for the most part, guys, hey, thank you so much for watching. And if I'm missing anything, maybe there's something obvious that's, you know, not clocking right now, but let me know in the comments. Let me know if there's where my challenges might lie. I think really it's just going to be a weekend of wiring after everything's in, and after that it should be just as reliable and just as functional as a factory 6th Gen Camaro with long tube headers. But anyways, guys, thanks again for watching. I hope everybody is killing it, and take care. We will see you there.